You're not sure what, but you have a
Where
list
did
of
this?
assets.
Who did this come from?
Or wizard.
Which one?
The one you followed.
Oh, Allison. Allison.
That is the one.
At the observatory.
That's the one mage the consul doesn't know about.
The one you stalked back to her place of work and then waited 5 hours outside of it for her to come out again. That one.
I think we might have had that coming then, but that's just me.
In case you forgot.
Yeah.
Apparently you did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that's fine. It's just a mafioso guy, so who gives a fuck?
Alright, so thoughts on the current situation?
Do you have to share the data so that these people can see that the government is involved in the dogs?
Yes,
Yes,
sure
we just did a blah thing while
Oh,
you were
okay.
stuffing your face with chocolate.
Sorry. Well,
Yeah. And
Dixie made a comment about mafiosos, and I was like, wait.
just
Did I make that abundantly clear?
I tease Knock for forgetting.
Yeah.
I need to figure out who. Hey, Victor.
Yes.
Are
The
the other
Kingfishers.
stigmatics here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was trying to trigger the...
I thought they were all here.
They had been here. Oh,
I was
I'm
trying to
sorry.
trigger the narrative thing of your
Yeah.
post, so then we could discuss the prophecy.
Yes, I'm sorry. In my head, the way the timeline worked out. Sorry.
It was already.
the scene with the
past
consul was before the events in the adventure log, and then everything after that scene was after the events of the adventure log.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not stated.
Which is why I'm trying to
Yeah. So
streamline myself into the narrative.
Sorry.
We need to figure out who the Kingfishers are.
So yes, we can say that you're all here, and all of the stigmatics are here. And
They
Is
had
it
their
easy to
thing.
say that they're
Well,
one of the
they
4
should
factions
have
of
it.
mages here?
I don't know.
Hmm?
It's who Allison is afraid of.
To be fair, Allison could be afraid of the God Machine if she knew about it.
Yeah, but we don't call the god... Unless she calls the god machine the Kingfishers.
That would be silly.
Have you seen the silly names?
Yeah,
that
we
mages
see-
have?
The way
I'm
it
just
was in
saying.
her mind, it was a group.
So if we
It
make
was
the
a
general
Waldrick
assumption...
symbol.
If we make the general assumption that mages fairly only fear other mages,
That's silly. And
they are
hubristic.
also silly and hubristic.
That's fair.
I think that they have a general idea that other supernatural creatures, supernatural entities pose.
Because we do have an in with Swade.
They should be afraid of werewolves.
I can ask Swade who the Kingfishers are.
All right. Give her
Swade
a ring.
likes us right now.
What's that?
Swade likes us right now.
Yes, Swade likes us right now.
I might be able to call her or
Wait.
text her.
Wait, is that going to use up one of the favors, though?
Not unless we use a favor.
Not unless she demands
Oh.
that that's a favor-worthy thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be a thing that we wouldn't do by accident.
But it might be a thing she
Draw
might be
something.
able to... Huh?
you draw the symbol.
Yeah.
I've seen shit like that all over town. It's all the same pictures, it's the same style, and I know enough to know that they're not visible.
Okay.
But it's not concealment.
So, most likely mages.
Most likely mages. I can confirm that with Sage. Swade.
If we can figure out which mages they are.
Well,
That would be amazing.
knowing who the mages are and how they're functioning will be really nice if we can use them for an ally against the fight with Father.
Yes,
Would they
I
be able to
would
help?
like to investigate the Kingfishers to find out if they are a tool we can use to our advantage, or if they are allies that we can use in the fight.
Good.
Okay, so fair question: are mages strong enough to help with the fight?
The mages are who got the God Machine out of here in the first
Yeah.
place.
According to our original information, is the mages were the ones who pushed the god machine.
It wasn't the consul. The consul's just a pansy ass who took advantage of the situation.
Opportunist took advantage of the situation.
Which is what
So
we
then, then the question becomes: are
Alright,
the
legit.
mages that expelled the God Machine still here?
That we don't know for sure.
We have
Unless
to-
we have gotten that information already.
You have the prophecy.
Oh, and then prophecy happens.
Who was that?
Yes. Sorry.
Can you
And then
read it?
prophecy. Actually, do you guys want me to read it out
Yeah,
loud?
read
Yeah,
it.
that's
Read it real
allowed
quick.
For
So
our viewing audience that
Okay.
everybody insists that we have.
You totally have it.
We are getting 20 views a video. Shut up. And I know at least 3 of us in here are not watching them.
I don't like the way my voice sounds.
I
Make
watched
that 4 of
39.
us. Make that 4 of us.
I haven't watched all of them. I did see 39 most recently. And I was like, oh god, I miss doing this.
Right there.
I do that.
How tight that is?
So,
Oh.
Oh,
Right there between my shoulder blade.
so in the
That's
quiet
holding on. Yeah, sorry.
of, you know, we can confirm with Wade whether or not they're helpful. And as you're about to say something else, you all hear Chad's arm click. Like the gears are moving. And you all look at him because, well, the 2 of you who know what's going to happen next are looking at him like you're expecting him to start screaming in bloody
Yeah.
fucking agony. Because parts of him that shouldn't move are moving in ways that they shouldn't move. And there's no sound. Like, he's not. He's just, he seems to have not noticed at all. And they're sitting together, like they've been sitting talking to one another, and now they're sitting together in a triangle. The first part, they speak as one, at the same time. The time is out of joint, O cursed spite, for we have seen that which has been seen, and filled with revelation we must share. Charlie begins. In the beginning was the egg, a shell of perfect proportions borne by its 4 guardians. When it finally ceased its rolling and began its long rest, it was allowed to be by the Great Father, for his work in its presence upon his face had been completed. And so it stood unblemished by the tracks of time, until those that wander found and colonized and built. And their city was built upon the ashes of something old, but they were kept safe by the shell. Chad speaks up next. But lo, the cracks, existing within and without from its very nature, a being breached the shell forged in times past and spurned its inhabitants. This ivory flame bore into being a force that could defend and protect, for it knew that into the time to come it would crack the shell, for it was what must be. And when its unquenchable need finally made itself clear and the workings of the great machine were cracked, then did he turn his eyes back into what he had wrought and began his long journey to return. Without his guidance, the shell could not bear the pressures, and finally it fell away. Victor picked up. And the Lord spoke, I am the light which brings to you joy and safety. I am that which has granted you paradise, and you have scorned it and cast it aside. You have allowed it to be broken. And the people trembled in fear of his fury, but the Lord was cold, implacable. Now I return. Now you will bask in my presence again, and I will climb the highest mountains and drink from the lowest depths, and I will find that which has vexed me. Those who have sinned are right to tremble. Those who have cast aside my gifts are right to fear me. I am the pillar of the world. I am the destroyer of my enemies. The 3 stigmatics collapse, and a man of approximately 30 years of age appears in the room, loosely woven robes revealing the hint of a tattoo on his shoulder. Through the robes you can see a gleam of scales. This is not where I was expecting. Things are moving. I had hoped to appear in front of my compatriots, but apparently you are the most powerful gathering of seers right now. Several important things are happening right at this moment. I can't stay. I have to move onwards. Keep looking, seeing the future and writing down what happens so I can help everyone best. But I have a warning. The city is open right now-ish. State legislature is lifting statutes that protect the citizens, ostensibly for the purpose of building a power plant, but what no one, or well, very few people have seen is that this opens up the flow of shadows. The God Machine wants to eradicate that which makes the city what it is, but we need that. Well, the future needs that. I think it's the future for you. Anyways, he must be slowed down if not stopped completely. You'll find allies among the shadows in the years to come, but you will also find enemies. Isidis needs a new vigil. Breach the membrane, stop the God Machine. Watch the news. TV comes on. And the man disappears. Johnny, I'm here outside City Hall where Mayor Alfredson has just held a press conference. Coming hot off the heels of the announcement from the state legislature, the mayor called an emergency meeting of the city council. After speaking to one of the council members who refused to go on record, a very clear picture emerges. The mayor challenged all opposition with irrefutable logic, pulling facts from studies that had been prepared perfectly to oppose everything the council said. Very unlike the mayor, but the final decision being that the city will continue with the plans of the American Energy Fund in order to bring solar power to cities and the surrounding areas. It fuzzes and then turns off.
The moment I've been waiting and dreading.
Did the crazy man just say that the power plant's going to bring the God Machine back into Acidus?
No, the power plant
Yes.
is the infrastructure that the God Machine is using to hide its reinsertion into this.
Okay, that's
The same thing. Victor, you okay? Victor, you want some chocolate?
Did he break our stigmatics?
Victor,
Well, that was a pretty potent prophecy that they just.
I think they're asleep.
They're dead. Oh, that one's not. Okay, good.
Alright, well, one survives. I guess it works out.
Do we know who that was?
I don't know who that was.
I don't know what it was.
I don't know what it was.
I'm guessing a mage. Just gonna throw it out there.
A mage with scales?
Well,
Tattoo.
No, you
there was
could
a
tell it was
tattoo.
tattoo.
Yeah, a mage with the lizard or reptile tattoo.
Oh, why not? We've seen all sorts of different
Yeah,
types
yeah,
of
but,
wizards.
I mean, if we hold on, I draw down the tattoo.
Wait,
But you could see of it.
I can also ask Swade
Actually,
when
I
I go see
draw
Swade.
the whole guy.
Yeah, I'll ask Swade when I go see her.
So,
it's safe to put it down your pants.
No, I was stuck
What?
in my bra.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
yeah, that means the power plant must be stopped.
Or at least subverted, so the
Or at least subverted.
so at least the occult matrix that is in there.
Yeah, but the thing is in order to build it, the process is the removal of these sanctions and legislation. And if those happen, those remove some of the other metaphysical or supernatural protections on Acidus, which then weakens Acidus further, which leads to more incursion
From the shadow.
from the shadow and vice versa.
Specifically, we were
Right.
warned about the shadow.
Shadows
Shadow's
was
coming
metaphysical. It
too.
wasn't.
Oh,
Place.
not the place. No.
You know he didn't have the right inflection.
Yeah, it
For
was.
lack of a better term.
It's not the capital S shadow that I step
Oh.
into when I go ephemeral.
It's the shadow.
The shadows. Like, we are creatures of the shadow, mages are creatures of the shadow, vampires, werewolves.
Things.
Vampires too?
Yeah, they're the creatures of the shadow. The shadow world.
I almost forgot. You have evidence about what this man just said. Because while you were waiting for Murata, you heard it. It's the first time you've been in the city the whole time, but you were a spirit at the time. You felt the pull of Sisker Dog. There was a hunt that happened in the city.
Wait,
I thought the hell
There-
was for him.
No.
That was different.
that was a no. The Siskrada is like a holy hunt of werewolves.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Like-
you heard a howl and you felt Sisker Dog.
So like we might feel like a pulse of power
For the record,
for the mages going have a hunt, but like no, the werewolf hunt is much more powerful than some Thyrsus asshole going hunt my prey, creatures of the shadow.
yeah,
Okay. What were you saying?
you've never felt that strong.
I need to track down these
That was-
werewolves that are nearby.
And for the record, like, you personally have never felt the pull that strongly. You felt a Sisker Dog since you've been a demon.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. That was the very fibers of that cover reaching into your quantum soul, reacting to what the werewolves had done.
Wait, they weren't hunting me, were they?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Well, the
Do you have any allies in the werewolf community around Acidus?
No, I don't know any of the
no,
werewolves,
I
but we
didn't
can
even
make
know
them.
that there were werewolves in this.
We need to track them down. And we need to talk to them. We need to figure out what they were hunting.
The crazy man also said that we would find allies in the shadow and that we would need
Yes.
these allies. So it might be,
The werewolves.
I
Might be
was
the mages.
going to say, it might be that the power plant is going to happen no matter what we do. So subverting it at this juncture and trying to get it not made is going to be a futile effort.
There's a difference between stopping the power plant itself and stopping the occult matrices that are going to be built around the power plant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this is reaching into source material, so if I'm wrong, you can correct me. So other actions of occult matrices could be something as benign as a student gathering on one college campus, a homeless shelter on another, and things happen in each one to trigger the occult matrices. this process is going to be huge with an incredible amount of effort from the God Machine to make this move. The bonus is the more complicated you make the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the works. If we can subvert a little bit of the process of it coming in, we could stop the God Machine without, say, burning down the power plant, or convincing the state legislature to reverse their decision. Those are options, but there are more subtle options that we can take from the shadow.
The shadow.
Not that shadow.
Oh,
That we can take from the shadow is what we should do, in my opinion, what we should do is attempt to identify weak points within the infrastructure that the God Machine is trying to insert and subvert from there.
Okay.
yeah.
So the very fact that there's a solar plant going in, that's probably going to happen. We can't change that. But what we can do is essentially fuck with the construction that's going in case they're lying in any sort of like mundane covering for infrastructure that is part of the occult matrices. We could mess around with some of the other occult matrices that are in town in an attempt to make sure that the overall grand plan falls apart. Occult matrices, from my experience and reading, are overly complex and very obscure. So we've got to be on our guard and start looking for it with as much as we can.
Out of character for a brief second. You are never wrong when you are quoting the source material.
Okay. I know you mentioned at the very beginning that if we ever say the source material says, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
So if I was wrong,
you're never wrong bringing the source material into the game. Sometimes the citizens just different.
No.
So what you're saying is we see an angel would kill it?
That may be a great start.
I'm pretty skilled at that.
So Ship was here first. We'll spend some energy looking into Ship, and we need to definitely increase whatever observation we can do of the power plant itself until we can figure out what the God Machine is doing specifically.
That's wonderful, because Charlie is their secretary.
I think that we should take over Ship's sandcastle. Where are they located centrally?
Would you like to lay down a condition on someone?
Ready to meet the beast.
Awesome.
Bonus to diplomacy of some kind.
Go. What? Where are they located?
Yeah, where's like their central office or something?
For who? Ship.
Ship, yeah.
They don't have a central office.
Where are they making beehives?
They don't make the beehives.
This is ironic.
People make the beehives and then order the bees.
For meeting a
Okay.
well.
Give me a location.
They deliberately don't have one, Sharon. They're individuals who keep beehives. So,
They're like a co-op?
they're like a co-op.
Oh, Lord.
Fucking hippies!
So,
How white can
thank
they
you
be?
for giving me a target. I'll insert her, and we'll try and start getting some information that way.
We should
I
go
do
press...
believe that we should be very careful.
Let's go press her for information.
Okay.
No, I'm going to subvert her into an agent for me.
Yeah, and then I want to break something.
Would you like to come with me?
Yes.
Because this will either go really well or really bad. Either case has a chance of violence. You may need to fight something to prove yourself.
Done.
Because that's kind of how werewolf society is sometimes.
I will happily beat on a werewolf for you.
Alright.
I just wanted to set fire to some...
Have you ever fought a werewolf before?
No.
Would you like some hints and tips?
No, I'm good.
Cut their head off.
Well, no. If it's going well,
That
the
shocks
point of
him.
it isn't to fight to the death. The
Right.
point of it is to fight to show you are worthy.
Don't
Right.
punch them in the face.
They have teeth there.
They have teeth there. They go, ah! And then you don't have a fist anymore.
They are Healy motherfuckers.
It's fine, let them be Healy motherfuckers. I'm a Healy motherfucker myself.
You won't have to hold back that much, but you might want to activate your healing so that you keep up with them.
I should be fine.
Yeah. You should be fine.
I'll be fine.
Oh,
Remember, you guys can assume demonic form without going loud. Just throwing that out there.
and if we're out in the middle of the woods with a bunch of werewolves, it probably won't be too bad.
I was like, you just turned into a werewolf. Well, I'll turn into a thing.
Bring it, bitch!
It's like 4 humans walking in there. It's like, werewolves, may we please have a moment of your time? What? Wait, what the fuck just happened?
Rawr.
Rar?
Rar?
Bad puppy.
Suddenly all the werewolves are doing their best interpretation of that dog that's confused about the jar.
Well, they'd probably also be confused about mere mortals walking up and then not going crazy when they
Can this,
look
can
at the
this be a
down
thing? Can this please be a thing?
No.
Please.
Alright, so what do I find? For viewers at home, I search for evidence of werewolves and where to start looking.
Yeah, you find conclusive evidence. It looks like they came in from conclusive evidence that you know is conclusive. What he finds and decides to share is a series of unrelated incidents to anyone else. Because no one else has my cult specialty in werewolves.
Nope.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Do you want the nitty-gritty details, or do you want me to just tell you the result?
So you find that they... it looks like they blazed a trail from the underpass over by the slums. Sorry, yes, that happened. That's a thing.
So many bad things have happened in those slums.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
wreck to human ratio.
That wasn't in the slums. That was downtown.
No, they spread to the slum. No, that was where the corpses disappearing from the morgue were hiding.
Thing. And then they went underground because they were part of something else.
Yeah,
That was weird. They were like zombie people.
it was weird.
The shit you guys dealt with. Like, holy Jesus.
It's like, wait, you had corpses from the morgue hiding in the slums? Yes, they were actively hiding.
Yeah. Until they could get to the sewers. Because they had to get to the sewers to go underground to meet up with something to become something bigger.
I still don't regret waking up the vampire in the sewers.
Aaron does.
He had to kill a psychiatrist.
No.
He died.
Well,
Mobius.
no, Mobius had to kill a psychiatrist.
Mobius
because
had
of
to kill
that.
his psychiatrist, not because of that. Oh yeah, no, it was because of that.
It was because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mobius had to kill one of his PCs, and then the
What is that PC?
entire Geist, whatever that
Crew.
group is,
Crew died.
died.
We still laugh about it, so it wasn't punishment. That's good storytelling.
So they went from the underpass near the slums to...
Inwards, into the city. You don't know what the result was, but you can tell that it's not ongoing. Otherwise, Victor would be freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. So do I have any kind of clues of where they might be?
You start at the underpass.
Okay.
Start where they came in, and then go from there to figure out where they went back to.
Okay. Alright, we need to go to the underpass.
Let's go. I might get to use Essence Drain, and that would be hilarious in a werewolf.
Oh god, my spiritual essence! Cheating!
I have not had to use that ability yet because I was fighting a human, and that would like kill them. So.
That would have been funny.
Oops.
Oh, I punched him.
Oh dear.
I kind of want to see this one now.
The video is now you beating the shit out of a biker, and then all of a sudden the biker just like, mumfuck.
That was a little too much. I gotta hold back next time. My
Okay.
bad.
Alright, however, you've placed a condition on Chris, and I kinda wanna get that out of the way.
It's fine. Let's get that out of the way.
Resolve it.
Yeah, so that, more chance for beats.
More beats.
Would you like me to just roll an investigation to track down the werewolves?
No, it was gonna be a narrative.
Oh,
How
okay.
you discover them after that.
Oh, okay.
Because I was gonna let it ride.
Oh, alright.
You did do awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of know where they're hanging out right now. And they're right here.
It's like,
It's
no,
one of those-
it's
So you
like,
pointed
no,
to this part in the park, and it's like, no, literally, they're on a park bench right here.
That's what Google Maps told me. See, it says werewolves here.
I just went Google Maps, closest werewolf pack to me. Bing! Would you like walking or driving directions?
I'm gonna phase.
Alright,
let's fly
Phasing
there.
directions. You jump to here, and then jump to here.
Chris. You go to Swade's.
I'm going to Swade's.
Going to Swade's. Tonight's theme.
For sake of beats, I will trigger my VIP.
Alright, fine.
Just because it's always nice to be treated like a VIP in Swades.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you don't really have to, but that's okay!
I don't really have to,
Who cares?
but I don't know if I'm going to get too many more opportunities to flip that card over.
Exactly. Use it while you got it. So,
And that is fulfilling my condition.
I knew what you meant. So actually, fun fact, as you're walking up, like, usually you'll get a little bit of a stink eye when you kind of just bypass the line, and everyone's like, Kashini. But you've activated your condition this time. So instead, like, you are thinking
I
about...
will dress to the nines for you.
Yes! You are thinking about going to Swades. And a limo pulls up. Which is a terrible thing to do in a Citus. Never have a limo in a Citus. It's a bad idea.
It's
You're fairly close, though. So...
It's like this will only take a half an hour.
Only take a half an hour. Like, you're not... It's not terrible. But they, they pull up. They roll the window down. It's an elderly gentleman. Never seen him before. And, like, elderly, I mean, like, late 50s. The classic definition of elderly. Yeah,
It's not Bernie
decrepit.
Sanders in the back.
No, I'm kidding.
You get some candy.
And so they roll down the window, and they're like, my dear, we're having a party at Swades. You look like it would be most appropriate. Join us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So he invites you in. And roll me socialize, actually.
What's my attribute attached to socialize?
Fuck all, I don't care. No.
Well, thank you. I'll use the one I'm good at then.
Manipulation.
Wits.
It's-
So perception roll.
With socialize.
You know, when I first read in, like, the first read, the Blue Book, first edition.